And welcome, everyone, to the Donovan Live Postgame Show on a Wednesday night. It's presented, of course, by Master Pizza. Hey, make sure you download that Master Pizza app and start earning pizza points today. That's Master Pizza, taste above all. Dave, DeNatale, Jim Donovan with you here on the show. And Jimmy, boy, it happened, didn't it? We spent so much time wondering if Trevor Bauer was going to get traded and thinking, well, you know, there were so many reasons why they wouldn't do it. Yet it turned out, enough. It sounded like, from listening to Terry Francona, enough was enough, and they ended up making the move.
Yeah, I hope it works out.
Yes.
I am not a big fan of it.
I know you're not.
I don't think you trade away a pitcher in your rotation, and really a guy that, no matter what happens to the other guys, Kluber, what happened to Carrasco, what happened to Clevenger at one point, Bauer's a top of the rotation guy. Okay,
I think everybody can agree on that.
So if it was done for the right reasons and this works out and they get more pop in their lineup and they get the power that they feel they've lacked, and they have, then okay. But if it's because he was hard to handle, and it's not like he was in Columbus. It's not like he was in Akron. He's not Lake County. He's a top-line pitcher, and he's quirky, but he is uber talented, and I just think it's a very, very risky thing to do.
We said it on the show the other night, and I know you said it right at the top on the 6 with Russ and Sarah. Every time Trevor Bauer pitches, when he's scheduled to pitch, if he gets through that first inning and, if he gets one batter out, and you sit there and you go, man, he could throw a no-hitter tonight.
Right.
That's very rare. I can't tell you how rare that is. I mean, Kluber's another one like that, but you don't have that many pitchers that have that kind of stuff that you think they can sustain to get 27 batters out in a row or whatever. But Bauer can do that, and the fact that this wasn't a walk year for him this year. It's going to be a walk year next year, and the amount of money that they're going to pay him in arbitration. I don't know if that's being talked about enough, but I think that I think they wanted to do something if it came along. Apparently, the enticement of Puig and Reyes, particularly, and not that the other three play. I think Logan Allen is going to be another important part. But I think the two big boppers coming in, was a big enticement.
Yeah, I get that, and they've needed it. And as they trade him, I think you're in a tight pennant race. You're in a tight division race. You're 3 out going into tonight. You're in a wild card position. But remember, in a wild card position, that's a 1-game showdown. And
whether you're hosting or not, I mean, we saw what happened in 2013. You might host that game,
right,
but you have an off night, you're done for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. In a big game that they must win, I would rather give the ball to Trevor Bauer than worry about what Yasiel Puig and this kid Reyes are going to do. I just think in a big game, pitching dominates. Verlander dominated last night. Bieber was good. Verlander was a little bit better. Pitching dominates in postseason play.
Always does.
And I just, I hope it works out for them.
I wonder two things and they're both almost injury questions. We'll see Salazar tomorrow. He's going to throw 70 pitches or so, 70, 75 pitches. He's not pitched in the majors in 2 years. To expect that suddenly he's just going to find it again like that. I know he was an all-star before he got hurt. I think that was 2016. But that's asking a lot. And then they're also hoping against hope that Corey Kluber, who's going to pitch a simulated game this weekend, is going to be back in the fold sometime in August. But that's a lot of hoping, and you're counting on these kids. You're counting on Clevenger, you're counting on Bieber, you're counting on Plutko and Plesac to really hold down the fort until these reinforcements arrive.
Yeah, it really is it's an interesting thing. I mean, there were a lot of people that talk about a lot of deals as you approach the trading deadline, and a lot of times, pitchers, I think, are the premium guys to get. I really do. I mean, everybody would like to get pitching, be it relief pitching or starting pitching. I mean, you get this guy, though. I mean, this guy is top of the mountain. I mean, this reminds me of when the Astros got Verlander.
Right.
Or when the Tigers got David Price.
How about the Astros getting Zach Greinke?
Yeah, I mean, but, I would put, in my mind, I put Bauer right now in his career, ahead of a guy like Greinke. Yeah. I mean, but you're right. I mean, but I think that's the premium that you get. And I'm just amazed. But I think this is a combination thing. I think, it's to get power in their lineup, to get some hitters out in the outfield. And I understand that. But I think it's also that he wore them down a little bit.
Yes.
And he was hard to handle, and he was hard to communicate with. And he had a different language sometimes that they spoke as opposed to what he understood. So it's too bad because he's a very, very unique talent.
Yeah, it was very rare for Terry Francona to even come out and say earlier today, it's like, I was a little worried after the ball throwing incident because I was worried about how that was going to affect team morale. And I know Bauer's not here anymore, but that's. From Tito, that's pretty, he doesn't go out on a limb like that publicly very often.
When a player strikes out and breaks the bat over his knee, is that a great picture?
No.
I don't think so.
But is it a team morale booster?
No, I don't think so. In fact, a lot of people would say the guy's he's really got a lot of heart.
Right.
Now the other day they were saying, that guy's got a lot of arm when he threw the ball out over center field. I just don't think you give away pitching. I don't think you give it away ever. And I'm not on boat with this. I mean, they're getting a lot of attaboys around Major League Baseball. They gave up a heck of a pitcher, though.
Yeah. And let's keep in mind, Puig, this is basically a rental. You get Puig August,
they've
September,
come out and said it.
And postseason.
It's 2 months.
Yeah. Reyes
it's
is
Josh Donaldson.
Yeah. It really is, or Jay Bruce or whatever. It's you get them for 2.5 or 3 months or whatever, and then thanks for coming, good luck. Reyes is a guy they can control for a while. Allen's a guy they can control for a while. The 2 kids in the minor leagues that they can control for a while. That's all. It's really so much with the Cleveland Indians. It's about how long you can control a prospect.
Right.
But, I really think long term this deal will be made or broken by what happens, I think, down the stretch in this postseason, heading into the postseason, and Reyes to me, and if he can be a middle of the order hitter for a sustained period of time, because otherwise, then your point is, I think, valid. Then you just gave away a front of the rotation starting pitcher for a rental bat.
Yeah. Well, see, going into this stretch and what's left of this series tonight and tomorrow, and then, taking on the Angels, Texas, Yankees, Red Sox, Minnesota, I would like to have Bauer in the rotation.
Yeah.
Knowing that on every 5th day, and here's the other thing. Every 5th day he's going out there.
Right.
Okay? And he's going to give you 7, 8 innings.
Right.
He's also going to throw 127 pitches. But the fact of the matter is, he's got an incredible arm. And I just think, I'm not on board with this.
Do you feel better, though, knowing that?
No, I don't feel good about any of this at all, to be quite honest with you.
The fact that they didn't trade him to the Astros or the Yankees, they sent him to Cincinnati, where I know the Reds think next year that they're going to have an opportunity to be a contending team, so they're starting to build for 2020. Good for them. But the fact that he's not going to come back and beat you this year.
Yeah, I'm not really. It's that didn't make my night's sleep any better last night. No, not really. I'm not into that. I thought there was a possibility he'd get traded again.
I did too.
That the Yankees, probably would try and jump in. I mean, because it was all over the New York papers that the Yankees need pitching. They had a horrible 2-week stretch. CC Sabathia is hurt again in his retirement season. My problem is he's not on our team anymore.
Yes.
I don't care who the hell he's on. He's just not here anymore. And it's not like they got a Vienna choir boy in Yasiel Puig. No. I mean, you know what? He was throwing punches last night in Pittsburgh. So no, it doesn't make me feel better at all.
The logistics of all that, just the trade.
Unless you're going to play a Helen Reddy song here, you're not selling me on this trade.
Maybe, or show you a Hallmark movie, maybe.
There you go.
Okay, a couple of quick comments here from you, the fans, and we'll wrap things up. From Michael Brown, he says Max Kepler is going to miss Trevor Bauer. Well, here's the thing, Michael. Max Kepler loves Indians pitching. I don't really think it matters who's on the mound. Max Kepler owns the Indians. From up in Canada, Mary Margaret says, I was surprised yet not surprised about Bauer. I didn't agree at first, but the fact that they've gotten Salazar makes me feel better about it. Bieber also doing well. I'm willing to give it a chance.
Yeah, here's the thing on Salazar, though. I think this is the organization and the players in that clubhouse saying, hey, listen, are you in?
Right.
Or are you out?
Right.
Okay, with Salazar. I think that's what's going on tomorrow. I think they want to know, are you in? Because he's getting paid,
right,
and he's not pitching.
Right.
And then he has these self-induced setbacks that he says, I just can't push through this. That was important. I mean, if Terry Francona said yesterday, before this all happened last night, the thing about Salazar is, he finally found a way to push through it.
Right.
That's kind of indicating that, are you tough enough to get through this?
Yeah.
Kluber's out there really, trying to get through this and get it back in the rotation.
Bauer pitching with hurting his finger on the drone,
right?
But still trying to go out and pitch.
Yeah, and Bauer just, could have won the Cy Young last year if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
But furious that he was out of the rotation. It cost him a chance to have pitch in significant games. He ended up coming out of the bullpen in the disastrous series against the Astros. I think the Salazar thing is, hey, are you in with us all the way?
Right.
Or are you always going to be hurt? So I don't know about Salazar. I think tomorrow's a big day for him.
Yeah, I would agree. Two points about Yasiel Puig. Jay wants to know, why would they not re-sign him? Well, it's like Michael Brantley, Jay. The Indians generally at this point and where they are as an organization, they're not signing veterans, even if they're in mid-late 20s or in their early 30s to long-term contracts. They're just not doing that. If Puig wanted to stay on a one-year deal for maybe $15 million, maybe they'll talk. But if they're not re-signing Michael Brantley, I don't think they're going to re-sign Puig long-term. We'll see what the market says.
Yeah, can I just say this? What was interesting today, Terry Francona talked about Michael Brantley and the difference in telling Brantley that they weren't, they were not going to match or come up to his contractual situation last year, and how there wasn't a dry eye in the office when they told him that, on the Indians' part and on Brantley's part. And I say to myself, why the heck didn't you sign him then? Come on.
Right.
And this was different with Bauer last night.
Yeah.
Bauer really, he was the teenager that, broke curfew all the time.
Yeah.
He really tested them as parents.
Yeah.
As baseball parents, he rubbed them raw, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that that was a big part of the equation, even though they keep talking about that didn't enter into the situation at all.
Yeah, I think the tolerance level, they may say, there were, again, the contract, the need for offense, a lot of things were going on, but I think the tolerance level had gotten too much. Let's see, Joey says this, and somebody else had said this too, I think it was Jack, said, on the day that Puig gets traded to the Indians, he gets into a fight with a team from Pittsburgh. We love him already here in Cleveland.
All right.
Jimmy, you're not going to, listen, folks, you're not going to make Jimmy happy there. Coincidence? Probably.
Yeah. I always enjoyed when Bauer pitched.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great show.
It was.
Yeah.
Michael wants to know, was Trevor traded in order to save more cash and more capital to free up to keep Francisco Lindor down the road?
No, I think the economics of that. I think we know the end of that story.
Yeah, we do.
I think we're on Lindor time right now.
Yeah.
I think that they are basically preparing us with foam on the runway.
Yes.
That the Lindor situation, no matter how much they put away in their piggy bank, it's not going to hit the number to get him back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe miracles will happen, but I think the ground was set for that back in late March, early April at opening day.
Yeah,
by
the Paul Dolan. Yeah,
and,
the Paul Dolan interview.
I don't think that's changed at all.
Enjoy him while he's here.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll talk more tomorrow because the NFL preseason will start. We'll be a week away from the Browns getting underway. So,
wow.
How cool is that?
That's cool.
I mean,
yeah.
see, that I made you smile. I made you smile.
The Browns need a game. They're at that point in training camp where it's come on.
It's getting
a grind. It's a grind.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Remember, the Donovan Live Postgame Show is presented by Master Pizza. Download that Master Pizza app. Start earning pizza points. That's Master Pizza. Taste above all. For Jim Donovan, I'm Dave DeNatale. Thanks for watching the Donovan Live Postgame Show on WKYC's Facebook Live and on YouTube.
All right.